We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I am your host, Bumpy McSquigums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more Satisfactory. The 1.0 release. Is there an echo in here? Fine. Alright, so we've got stuff to do. Production buildings like the smelter can only function with the limited burning stuff into wood and the things and the stuff in the junk. Alright. So, yeah. We could put stuff in the biomass burner if we wanted to. But honestly, right now, I don't think we care too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to bang out a couple of things in here. Now, if we follow exactly along the lines of what they want us to do, I don't know if they immediately want us to, like, put down a smelter and then kind of use the smelter as, like, a tool before we get the full automation thing going on. I don't know. So let's try that at least. We'll just plop it down right here. Okay, production, smelter. We're missing the copper wire and some other stuff. So that's fine. So we're gonna do this. Ting 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 ting. Okay, I'm also gonna do some plates because we don't have a tremendous amount of them. And then the copper wire. Okay, and there we go. Now we plop down the smelter. All right, if you take a look at it, and we can change these colors, and I might actually fiddle with it a little bit. I did play around with some of the custom colors just to make it look a little bit neater to me. I kind of like the red and the green, maybe. I don't know exactly what colors I'm going to decide upon, but like as it stands right now, the yellow or the like school bus yellow, the orangish color there, that is basically what goes in, and the green is what comes out. So on this side of life, this is where it's going to come out, and on this side of the life, this is where it's going to go in. However, right now we don't have anything to put into it or take out of it. So we must do other things. But first, before we do any of that, I have more stuff I got to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to smack some more copper. Oh, hold on. This is done. We'll grab all. We're going to smack some more copper. And we're going to get some cable, actually. Alright, and then we're going to get a little bit of wire, too, because I don't know how much wire we need and so on and so forth. I'm just kind of going off of what I know we need-ish, as opposed to exactly. Alright, so the power pole. You see it's down there at the bottom, it's 2. This is the one that you kind of want to use for most things, because you can either click here, and then click and drag out, or there and drag out, so on and so forth. Essentially, this is like your connect everything to power. However, if you hit Q, you can also go to power, and then you can build the power line itself. So I think that's accurate. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can't do that. No, okay, this is just that. All right. So we don't actually have any power poles yet. So literally, we're just going to connect this to that. That's all we can do right now, a single connection. Power poles will come down the line where we'll be able to do a bit more. All right, biomass burner. Let's throw the wood in. Why not? All right, that's going to go. If we take a look, it is going to produce a total of 20 megawatts of power, or megawatt hours, or whatever it's considered. 20, and we're only going to be using, at max, 4 right now. So we can come over here now. This actually is ready to go. We're going to make it make iron. We're going to throw in 100, and it's just going to start. And then it will store up 100 on this side. It'll burn the 100 on that side. While that is going on, I'm going to take a journey over to our spot over here, where our delicious, delicious copper is. And we're going to grab another chunk of copper. There's some more limestone over here. Hold on. Let's go take a peek at what this one is. This is impure limestone. Alright. Well, obviously not the ideal situation for limestone, but I suppose. Alright, is it up this way? It is. Alright. We'll grab all, and it will continue its adventure. I'm gonna just knock this little outcropping pot off, so it's not there. I do see the slug in the background there. It's slightly bothering me. It's a fair little jaunt to go get it, but I kind of want to... Okay, so here's another thing that just pops up for us here, and I kind of want to show it to you guys. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my mouse. Hold on one sec. There we go. Okay. So, if we hold V, we have iron and we have copper. However, this is sulfur. If we go ahead and we start mining sulfur, we're going to get a little...
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state, and exhibits a most pungent smell.
It does.
It is fortunate fixed helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
Alright, and essentially what that's telling you is we will be able to actually research it, and then, since we found it, and we'll be able to actually add it to our little searchy thing. Well, it's not there yet. We still have to research it. I don't know that we're at a point where we can do the research just yet, but again, store it for future use. Likewise, you'll see plants like this, where they actually have food that will be able to heal you and do other things.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
Fun. Okay, now, we're going to see over here that we have a couple of baddies over here and a whole bunch of just random stuff laying on the ground and just like kind of a crashed drop pod. So we are going to do our very best to kill these guys off, and then we're gonna actually go and explore it a little bit. Hey, wait, why are you running? Why are you chasing me? Okay, so we killed all the hogs. They are donezo. That guy's in a hurry. Alright, so you'll see there's some rods here. Usually, I think actually always around these crashed pod things, there are always resources laying around. Various different types of resources. It's not always going to be the same stuff, depending on where it's at. So you'll be able to get some like higher quality things and so on and so forth. But right now, this is appropriate for our current situation and level. Now, what can we do with the drop pods? If we look, it says we can open them. Repairs needed. We need to actually throw 40 megawatts of power down here. We cannot do that right now. We do not have the capabilities to do that, but in the very near future, we will be able to do that. We'll be able to open it, and it will have a hard drive locked inside of it. And inside of that hard drive will give us alternative recipes and things of that nature, to where we can actually craft stuff for either more resources, but significantly faster, or for less resources, or different resources. It is a very good thing, as they say. And by they, I mean me. It is a good thing. So you will, at some point, probably be heading out and scavenging for those yourselves, as you do want the alternative recipes. One of the biggest ones, and one of the most important ones, in my opinion, is the alternative screw recipe. If you get a chance to get that, you're probably going to want to get it. Just saying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab more out of the portable miner since we took so long up here. And we are actually out of room in our inventory, so we need to get our booties on back and start using some of this stuff, and or dropping things off. Also an option. Alright, we're turning on our flashlight. And let's go over here. This is probably still churning out just fine. It is. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more wood into the mix. And what do we have over here? More leaves. Sulfur we can't really do anything with. Throw the slug boy in there as well. And is that a rotor? It is. So we already got some advanced stuff. We don't need the rotors right now. We will definitely need them in the future. So, yeah, I'm just going to sort this like that. Oh, right. Oops. The hog. We want to put the hog parts in there as well. Okay. So, we're going to go take a quick peek at this. As you see, we've done 100. We're going to go ahead and throw 100 more iron in there. We're going to grab 100 iron from this, as it is done. And we're going to come over here, and we are going to actually just bang out a fair few copper ingots. Because we just got the 100 iron ingots, so we can actually do whatever we want with those. Now we need to go check out what Hub Upgrade 3 is asking for. And it'll be good. That might be the final bit of our Tier 0 upgrades, so let's go see what it's actually requiring of us. Alright, yeah. Tier 0. This looks like the final one, maybe. Alright, and we will unlock the constructor, the power pole, concrete screws, reinforced iron plates, and we'll be able to scan for the limestone. We need 20, 20, and 20. Alright, we don't have enough of any of it except for the rods. So let's go make some more right here. We need 20 of this. That's pretty quick to get. I'm going to make a little bit more because, well, obviously we're going to need it. And then we're going to switch over to the iron plates. And we're going to get ourselves 20 plus of that as well. And that's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and send this. Bloop. Bloop. And upgrade the hub. Right.
Hub Upgrade 3, Interior Furnishing, completed.
Ooh,
the constructor
furnishing.
can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fix-It's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero-waste policy. We understand that Fix-It pioneers are only human, and thus prone to error.
True.
Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
Okay, hub upgrade 4. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's a toilet. And you can work the toilet. I can... Okay. Why would I want to do that? What purpose does that serve? It doesn't even look in... Huh. Is there a way to actually flush it down the toilet? Well, I don't know if there's a way to flush it down the toilet, but... Huh. Well... Either way, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess we could cheat it and just do that. Nah, Oh, no, there is a flush button. Okay, hold on. If you look at the toilet seat, you can flush it. Oh god. Oh my. Okay, and okay. And character customization. This is something that we did not have before. We have different hats. Oh. I like it. The build gun can look a little different. I mean, it doesn't seem that different. Let's go with that, I guess. Trinket that hangs from the build gun. I guess I'll go with the... Yeah, I'll go with that. That's fine. And then we can change our primary colors. Oh, that's very cool. So we could actually make us a little bit more akin to what we're supposed to look like. Oh, hold on. We gotta do it this way. And then this needs to go here. Oh my. I mean, it doesn't look great, to be fair. But, you know what? I can accept that. I don't know why that's our primary color. But, you know what? I like it. I like it. Okay, so some character customization. I thought there was going to be, like, male and female characters. I think everybody's a female right now. Which is it's fine. I just thought that that was a change they said they were going to make. And maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of experimenting and exploring some of the things that I haven't seen before. Okay, so we did that, and it looks like there is a hub upgrade 4. So there could be 4 or 5. I don't know exactly how many. But we now have a few extra things that we can do. So we can do a constructor, and we can do a power pole. Now, I don't think we can build the power pole exactly how I want to, but what we can do is remove the power line. We can go ahead and click this, plop down on the ground, click that, attach it, and boom. Now there's 2 other connections that we can actually use to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 100 and throw the 100 in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. We're going to come over here and, of course, grab the hundo that we've got going on over there. Okay, so we've seen the smelter. Basically takes the raw ore that we're drilling out of the ground over there, and it turns it into ingots that we can use to craft some things. So, next up for us, we now have the ability to build a constructor. And once again, and I'll probably play around with some of the options here shortly, just so you guys can see what that looks like. Maybe we can get a slightly different color scheme or what have you. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and plop that down there. And this is a constructor. So, what can we do with the constructor? We can we can tell it that we want it to make these various different things. I'm going to go with iron plates right now. And I'm going to throw in 100 of the ingots, and it will start doing the iron plates as soon as we attach power to it, which you did right there. Now, you always want to leave, like, the power poles. You're going to daisy chain the power poles together. That's going to be kind of how it works. So, once you're down to only having 1 slot left on a power pole, you're going to want to go and build another one. So that now fills that one up. That's full, but now you've got 3 open slots on this side. And technically you only have 2 open slots because, once again, you're going to daisy chain it and so on and so forth. And you can go pretty far with it. Like, maybe not impossibly far, but pretty darn far with the distance for your power line. Like from the last one, right here, it's saying the wire is too long. But right there, you can actually place it. So I'm just going to put this down right here. And then I'm going to see if I can't find a spot up near the other thing. There was a spot briefly that showed up that was going to work. Aha. I know it's up there. Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. There we go. I finally got it to attach to something. It's not perfect, but it works. Okay, so now we have power that's running all the way over there. These power poles don't actually take any power, and we can actually look and see what's going on. We're consuming 8. The maximum we can consume is 8, and we're producing 20. And you can check that from any power pole that you come across, which is nice, because you don't always have to run back to base going, do we have enough power? All right, do we get anything else? Nope. Those are the things that we are able to do. Let's take a peek at what we need for our next milestone. We need concrete. We need wires, and we need, cables, and we need the stuff, the iron plates. So let's come on over here. And let's smack into the limestone and start getting some of this for ourselves. Incidentally, we can, at this point, as soon as this is done, incidentally, at this point, we can now also check for limestone, which obviously there's one right here. It is also impure. We do not have a pure limestone all that close to us. I am going to go take a couple seconds to go peek over here and see if this is a pure limestone or not. And we'll grab some stuff along the way. There's a very real chance that our power will go out at some point. What is that? This is bauxite? This is, yeah, it's bauxite. Might as well grab this while we're here. Like I said, we can always research this, and then we'll be able to eventually add it to our ability to search for. So when we finally get to the point where we need bauxite or sulfur, we can at least know where those veins are. And we can even prematurely go there before we need it and set up stuff ahead of time. So we're not, you know, scrambling at the last minute to like, oh, we need this now and such. So, all right, we're gonna go back here, grab some plants.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Okay. Sorry. All right, we're going to this one. I'm like, I feel like I'm getting off track. I'm going to the wrong area. Okay. Is this pure? Or at least normal? This is pure. So if we were to actually start a spot, this is going to be where we want to go. It doesn't really matter by doing it by hand. I mean, it might matter slightly doing it by hand, but mainly once we get things that can extract this automatically, this is going to be the one that we're going to want to build from. We can still build on the impure ones, but we're never going to get a whole bunch out of it. This is going to be significantly higher. This will be, I think, like 120 per minute, whereas the other ones are only going to be 30 per minute type situation. So, yeah, much better. All right, we are going to return to the hub. It's not too far off to get either. And we can, of course, like I said, we can run power this way. We can run our conveyor belts once we get them and send them this way. And it's just going to be good. However, right now, this is... Yeah, see, we're getting 1, and I think we were getting 3 beforehand. This will work as just like close range, get it done. But we want to get moving on the pure as quickly as possible. Okay. So we need more concrete. And we shall crete the con all the day long. We only needed 10, so technically we already have what we need on that. The biggest thing we actually need are the plates, which we have. So let's go ahead and send this. Boom.
Hub upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners.
That's nice, they added that in.
If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
I love it. I love that they added that in. Okay, so what we can basically do now is we're going to actually delete this. We're going to move this just to streamline it a little bit for us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to build the constructor. I'm actually going to turn it the other way. And I'm going to slap it back down basically where it was. And now this is how we build our conveyor belts. It's already down on our bar as 3. We press 3, we click the spot, and then we move it. And things happen. So right now, this is the plan. Just to get it to come over here. Doesn't really matter how it gets there, as long as it gets there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw another 100 of these in. And now our first little bit of automation is happening. Almost happening. Now it's happening. We have to tell it that we want iron plates. And this is going to feed all of the ingots in that it smelts down from the raw ore that we feed it. And directly into this bad boy. Did we get any storage containers? No. Alright, well that'll come soon. Alright, let's go check out Hub Upgrade 5. And that's where we get our storage container and our miner Mark 1. So the portable miners, obviously, there's no connection point, as they made made mention of. There's no connection point to get... Oh, this is closed in now. It looks a little bit nicer. Alright, cool. To get your conveyor belts to attach to the portable miners, because that's not what they're there for. They're literally portable miners, not full-blown permanent miners. So you can pick them up, bring them around, and also you need that at the core of all of your actual real miners as a portable miner. So, alright, that should be plenty. And we will send it.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
Oh, there's a 6th one. Wow. They really are pushing that tier 0 a lot, huh? That's fine. There's a lot to learn. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually pick up the miner. And we're going to build ourselves our very first miner. We're going to actually pick this up as well. I think we might have enough to actually do it. We'll see. Production. We're going to go with a miner Mark 1. I need to get more of these. So I will get more of these. Alright. Miner Mark 1. We go ahead and turn it so it's actually facing us. Plop it down. Attach it to this power pole. It is ready to go, and into our very, very, very basic beginning situation here. So this is powering up. You see it's going right there, starting to drill on into the ground. And ipso facto, we'll see some ore coming out here any second. There it is. The iron is making its journey, going directly into the smelter, which will smelt the raw ore into the iron ingots, spitting out the beautiful shiny iron ingots, and sending them over to our constructor, which will then construct them into the iron plates. And we do iron plates at 20 per minute. We're getting, and we can process the iron ingots at 30 per minute. So, there's a lot of load balancing and other different ideas and concepts that you can utilize. So let's take a look real quick. We're not going to get into this too much right now. Right now we're just looking at the cool, fancy, shiny new stuff going on. But if we take a look at this, we are processing 30 iron per minute, iron ore per minute, and we're pooping out 30 iron ingots per minute. Which means that this is about as efficient as it can be. That means that this is going to be doing 30, it's going to be pooping out 20. As long as it doesn't fill up and back up, we should be fine. If we took some iron ingots out of this, which I'm going to do, it should eventually hit like homeostasis and be fine. Theoretically, it should stay around this number. And there we go. The fuse is blown. We knew it was going to happen at some point. There's no fuel. That's why. I was going to do that and I got distracted. Alright. We go here, put the fuel back in the bio dealy, and we're good to go. I am going to remove this line and attach it to that. The reason being, I want to attach this to this, and this gives us a second biomass fuel generator. We're going to run it off of leaves right now. We do not have a tremendous amount of wood, so that is kind of slightly unfortunate for us. We have some. We can always just run them both off of leaves. Those are the two biomass things that you pick up, though, in general, are either leaves or wood. So, I mean, it's one of the two. Okay. Did I get any more wood? I got a little bit more wood. And now if the wood does burn out, we, of course, have the other one going. So, You see now we have a capacity of 40 up here. Our maximum with everything running all the time is at 13. And right now everything is running at all the time, so it is running at 13. And I guess we're just doing, shows the amount of power being produced on this grid. So this is what's actually going on. This is consumed, this is produced, this is the max consumption possible. Okay, so our first little chain of things, just working fine. It's just doing what it do. And it looks good. Alright, we do have a storage container. Storage containers are great. They allow us to do stuff like this. I put it backwards. Let's try that again. They allow us to do stuff like this. Where I told you that our biggest problem right now is making sure that we keep this empty and it doesn't fill up to 100. Otherwise, everything will back up at the stop. Well, now we have a storage container. That means that this is going to lead out and spit out all of its babies into the storage container, which will fill up eventually in stacks of 100. And that is essentially the very first, most primitive supply line you can have. Miner to smelter, smelter to constructor, constructor to storage container. That is a complete loop at this point. We still have copper that we need to go and acquire automatically from over there. And over on this side, we've got limestone that we can get from nearby. I will do the nearby limestone, even though it's not the most efficient. Just because I'm awesome and I can do it, so I will. Alright. There are a lot of other things that we need to do as well, like we need to be producing these rods, we need to be producing other things, screws, and so on and so forth. But for right now, this is fine. This is a solid thing. We're going to actually make a few of these little miner boys and get them all set up and ready to go. I'm going to plop you down over here, but I'm going to plop you down as I might have to... Oh, we're good. As this. Yep, just like that, and then I believe with limestone we do not need to smelt it because it doesn't get smelted, so we just go with a constructor off of this. And we can build in some very interesting and odd places occasionally, which is a lot of fun sometimes. So there we go. That looks terrible. Let's go and build it up there. Alright, I would like to build us an organizational tool. But we're missing stuff. Gotta go make some more things real quick. And then we'll be good to go. So we come over here. We're going to knock some more of these out. So in order to make screws, you have to actually make iron rods. Then you turn those iron rods into screws. So there's a little bit of a double situation going on there. Alright, so we have what we need. Storage container. Gonna go over here, just gonna look at our base. It's totally fine. We go ahead and add that up there. What's wrong with it? Oh, I don't have enough plates. Of course I don't. But we can get plates from here. Oh, it actually stacks up to 200. I forgot. Apologies. Well... Alright, I'm just going to build this here because of reasons. There we go. That looks terrible. Remember, the goal, make things look as bad as humanly possible. Get that spaghetti going and enjoy. Get that spaghetti. Alright, now with that, this should start automatically chomping stuff up. This we set to do concrete. And we gotta attach this down here. And our beautiful, beautiful beginnings of our base are now underway. We don't have our copper production going yet, but you see the limestone's starting to poop out. So, if we take a look, we haven't looked at this yet, but if we go into logistics, we look at the conveyor belt Mark 1. It transports up to 60 resources per minute. It's used to move resources between buildings. So that means that at the most... Is this working? Oh, no, it's not. Oops. My bad. Is it working now? It is. Okay. Right. So, we take a look at the miner Mark 1. It is only producing 30 per minute because this is impure, right? I told you guys about this earlier. We take a look at the miner Mark 1. It says, oops, it was right there. It says default extraction rate is 60 resources per minute based on the purity of the node. So again, normal is fine. We ran out of stuff over here again. I know you're all shocked by this. So the regular node, the normal node is 60, the impure is 30, and the pure node is 120. The goal, obviously, is always find all the pure nodes, and then you can break stuff off, and so on and so forth. It doesn't matter a tremendously huge amount to get a pure node right at the beginning, because you can only transport stuff at 60, and the miner can only do 60. So it's not the most efficient, even if you get the pure node. But the impure nodes are just going to kind of hamper and hinder you quite a bit. Now, this is pulling basically 30 per minute up to our constructor. Our constructor can work at 45 per minute, so it's always going to be waiting for stuff. Additionally, things do have an on-off. And there's like a little tiny bit of a, I don't want to say a window, but a little tiny bit of a spot where stuff will power down because it doesn't have the resources it needs. And then it will power back up as soon as it gets that. So it does slow it down a little bit more. It's not really going to change much, but yeah. They might have changed that. See, like it's idle right now, but look, it just goes immediately into it. So maybe that's not a thing. Or maybe it's something more along the lines of the miner might do that, because this takes a little while for it to get going. You saw once we connected power, it takes a little bit more. Alright, so we have concrete coming. It's not fast, but it's coming. We have iron plates being made and stored. And we have iron being harvested or mined. And of course we have it being smelted down. So everything is kind of working pretty good. We have these additional 3 mines here, all normal, where we could just break out and do more stuff if we wanted to. And we will. But I think we're about out of time for what we're doing on this day anyway. I went a little bit over even where I wanted to, but that's fine. I don't mind. Like I said, kind of want to make sure you guys get a good idea of what's going on and, you know, us accomplishing a fair few things. You know, I could do this a little bit differently. I can attach it to that. That way that doesn't have to double back. There we go. Now everything is still on it, and then, yeah, that's good. All right. You're going to constantly tear stuff down and rebuild it. The better you get at things, the more, like, foundations and other things that you get that you can utilize. The bigger storage containers, the better miners, the faster belts. You can do a lot of tearing stuff down and building it back up. And it's just kind of the nature of everything. So at this point, the miner is going to start backing up. If it hasn't already, it is. And it will shut down and then kick back on once it reaches full capacity. So there, it shut down. It's going to slow down to a stop and then kick back on. I think they got rid of that. I think they changed it to not have that anymore. I distinctly remember that existing, and it doesn't seem to be doing it now. Like, there was a massive delay between, you know, the things having to shut down and kick back on. So it seems fine. Maybe there's specific buildings where that's still an issue. I don't know. But we're producing 60 on a belt that can carry 60 per minute into a machine that only does 30. So what will we do to fix this? Well, we can't do it right now because we don't actually have any way to split these off or anything else. But eventually we would be able to split the belts and send a second belt over here onto a second smelter into a second constructor, and we could get maximum efficiency for what we currently have going on. With a miner Mark 1, there'd be 60 split 2 ways, and it would be great. And there's other options you can do too. That's more of like a load balance versus everything in line. So, anyway. All stuff that we'll kind of cover in the future. I think the next episode we will definitely be getting out of hub upgrades, which will be nice. but we're not there yet. There's still quite a bit that we have to do. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hammer out and kind of get stuff ready for the next episode, and basically we'll have all the stuff to be able to launch the Hub Upgrade 6. And then before we do that, I will probably build the copper and bring it over here and show you guys how all that looks. And then we'll launch Hub Upgrade 6, and then we'll start on whatever's next. And looks like we ran out of power again because of our lack of leafies. All right, let's come over here real quick. Toss this in. Anyway, if you guys have questions, I'll do my best to answer. I know quite a bit about the game. I don't know everything about the game, so do bear that in mind. I would like to, offer as much help as I can. So if you guys are struggling with anything, we can get you fixed up right away, and you get on and move and go and play and enjoy. Again, super fun game. Really like it. Love the way and feel of traversal. Everything about this game, just they nailed it. They really did. And I did check, and Coffee Stain did indeed send a code my way back in the day. So, fantastic. I thought they did. I wasn't 100% sure. I know I was very interested in this game before they sent it my way, and I was just, I played it for so long now, I'm like, did I just do that on my own? I don't remember anymore. So, yes. Thank you, Coffee Stain, for sending this code my way. I've gotten hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of it, and I'm still enjoying it to this day, and I'm super happy you guys made it into 1.0. Again, best crafting game ever. It really is, at least for me. Everybody's going to have their own taste, right? Anyway, until the next episode, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.